All right, so this is gonna be part 3 to the introduction series titled Journey to Young Black Greatness. And again, this channel is gonna be mostly predominantly about fatherhood, the journey really that it takes to become successful as a young black man in this society today. As you can see, these videos not gonna be pre-rehearsed and nothing like that. I'm pretty much gonna be going off the dome with most of these videos. I pretty much made this channel to be able to flush out a lot of the thoughts, a lot of feelings, and a lot of the things that I want to put out to the world. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people these days, you can't really reach them face to face. You gotta reach them through this screen. You see what I'm saying? So I realized as I try to speak to people face to face, a lot of the things that I say, they either get a little uncomfortable, they get a little intimidated, or they just plain out don't want to hear. So I'm gonna just make this channel and I'm gonna speak on these topics for those who really want to be a part of these conversations that I'm having, for those who find value in the conversations that I'm bringing. Excuse me. For those who find value in the conversations that I'm bringing, and pretty much to kind of create like a little community environment for like-minded people. People who like-minded to me, and people who pretty much want to see their own people win. And that's not to say that we don't want to see another person win, but at the end of the day, right now, our lives is our lives, and we need to be focusing on getting our lives together and focusing on bringing our people together for obvious reasons, which we ain't gotta, keep going into. But we will go into. Predominantly on this page, I've been thinking a lot, brainstorming about how I wanted to kind of format this page and how I wanted to structure everything and structure the videos. So I've been working on something for a long time as a way to kind of organize and pretty much simplify life for myself over these past couple years or whatever. And what I came up with is the 5 points of focus. Now I want this page to be predominantly geared towards 5 different topics. These 5 topics I feel as though is the most important topics that us as black people need to be focusing on. Obviously, these topics are important to anybody, but these are the topics that I believe that us as black people need to focus all of our energy onto, especially in these times that we're coming in, especially things that we've been going through these past few months and weeks and stuff like that. And just the past history just being, what they call, black in this country. But like I said before, I wanted to speak directly about predominantly 5 topics on this channel. Number 1 being health. So health is obviously going to encompass mental, physical, and spiritual and emotional, because your emotional health is connected to your spiritual health. We're going to talk a lot about that and the importance of, keeping your health intact, especially during these times. Next point of focus is going to be family. So the next thing that I obviously feel as though a lot of us young black men need to focus on is our families. It's a lot of deadbeat fathers. It's a lot of people that's not really trying to be there for their kids, and they have the ability to be there. They got the time. They have the money. If they don't got the time, then they got the money. If they don't got the money, then they got the time. If they don't have, it's always some way to be there for your kids. And this page is about young black greatness. So how can you be great if you're not taking care of your kids? You see what I'm saying? How can a man be great if your children are starving and you shining? Things like that. Even if you're not shining, your children being starving or anything in this type of world is really an excuse. There's too many jobs out here. There's too many opportunities for a man not to be able to take care of his kids out here. All right, moving forward. Next point of focus, which is number 3, we're going to focus in on business. Now, business, we're going to talk a lot about young black entrepreneurship. Not obviously just young people, but black entrepreneurship in general. Obviously, I'm young, so that's why the page is predominantly towards young black men, because I can't necessarily speak from a perspective of older black men. I'm only at the stage I'm at, so I can only speak from the stage that I'm at. Like I said, black entrepreneurship, different streams of income, creating different ways to pretty much get out of this whole 9-to-5 journey, this whole 9-to-5 battle, I should say. The journey towards getting out of this 9-to-5 battle and to actually become more self-reliant, as far as our businesses and, financially supporting ourselves as a people and financially supporting our families. The fourth point of focus I wanted to focus in on this channel predominantly is going to be resources. And this is a big topic because a lot of us don't have the resources that we need, and even a lot of us don't know the resources that we need. A lot of us don't even know we don't know how to be resourceful. And that's one thing that my father told me a lot, instilled in me coming up, was to be resourceful. See what I'm saying? No matter what, whether I was broke or whatever, I always found a way. I always found a way to make things happen. And that's where being resourceful come in at. Last point of focus, we're going to talk about security. Security don't just have nothing to do with weapons and nothing like that. That's not too much what we're going to be speaking about on this channel. But we is going to talk about the aspects of security, which is securing basically your health, securing your family, securing your business, securing your resources, and overall security, obviously. For this channel, I would like to dive into these topics, like I said, because I feel like it's young black men who really need this breakdown. It's a lot of young black men who trying to figure out and organize life, and there's so many variables to juggle in this world that, for a lot of young men, it's hard for us to sit down and read books. It's hard for us to do a lot of things. Our mind is just so fast paced. It's hard for us to really slow down and compact and get things together, really organize and, actually get life down into bullet points. So that's the point of me making this whole channel, for real. It's kind of to simplify life. Obviously life ain't simple, but to try to simplify it to the best of my ability from my perspective as being, a young man. So, like I said before, I just want to inspire my own young fellow black men to rise up and to know that there's greatness within us. There's potential within us. There's potential to do whatever it is really that you want to achieve in this world. Obviously, it's a lot of roadblocks. Obviously, it's a lot of different things to take into account. But for the most part, we got the potential, we got the resources, we have the ability, and we got each other. We just need to put these things together for real and create a force. And that's not against nobody else, but against our old selves. See what I'm saying? We need to be better than the people that we was yesterday. We need to be better than the people that we was last night. See what I'm saying? We need to be better than the man that I was last week. It's all about progress. This whole page is all about progress, young men's progress, but specifically black men. Again, but anybody can tune into this. These same topics going to apply to anybody all the way across the board. But these is things that we've been lacking in our household. These are the type of things, simple teachings that we was never given. I was never given. A lot of us, we get caught up in these different belief systems, we get sent down these different paths. We get sent into the hood life, we get sent into the street life, we get sent into the religious life, we get sent into the, the jails. It's just a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world that I would like to talk about. And I wanted to create a community space for those who like-minded, those who might want to hear the conversations and chip in on the conversations that I have with myself on the daily. A lot of us, we struggling. We hate our lives. A lot of us, we want to actually change. We actually want to be what we know internally that we can be. We see the greatness inside us. We feel the greatness within us. But it's almost like the greatness being suppressed. And it's not just by the world externally. We suppressing it ourselves. We suppressing ourselves internally on a daily basis. How we communicate with each other, how we communicate with ourselves, how we look at the potential in our fellow man. All of these things going to take place when we talking about the transformation and the journey towards our greatness. Obviously we got great history, we got rich history, we got great ancestors. But what about the present time? What about right now? I want to pay homage to those who was already great. But at the same time, I want to build up the generation right now to become something great. And that's including me. I'm not exempt. I'm not great yet. I'm great, but I'm not as great as I know I can be. So this is going to be the channel, man. Young, black, journey to greatness. Y'all give me a feedback on whatever it is that y'all want to tell me in the comments. Give me any type of comments on, like I said, the 5 points of focus on what you may think that we should discuss within those 5 different areas of life. And that's what we're going to be discussing on this channel. All right.